What is up, guys? We are back at it again. Make sure I moved over enough. Cool. All right. Let me make sure this is off. Cool. Because this channel isn't monetized yet. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to the channel. This is my second channel for dedicated just for reactions. And this is Jay Reacts. So thank you guys for coming in. If you are watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for watching on the replay. Okay. Make sure you're subscribed, guys, and hit the bell notification when I do go live and when I do post reaction videos. They'll be there for you. Okay. So I wanted to start off today's live with a little bit of comedy, and then we can get to the more interesting and educational stuff. We can wait for more people to kind of drop in. This is from one of my one of the more comedically aimed channels. It's called Love Don't Judge, and the video that we're going to react to today is called People Can't Believe I'm with a Baddie.
Damn.
All right, let's see, man. This is gonna be pretty funny, bro. I can't even lie. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to Love Don't Judge, go and subscribe to their channel, and let's react after we turn the music off. Let's go.
I'm Chapo. This is my partner Mallory. People can't believe I'm with a baddie. Sometimes they be saying that, oh, he a little fat boy.
They're like, why are you kissing your kid? My man is 12 years younger than me. They always tell me like, he's too young for you. Let me show you what a real man does.
My profession is just being an artist.
I love Chapo's music. It lifts me up.
Free my brother out the pen, still screaming for my cousin Chapo.
The only reservations I had about them getting together is his height.
I'm dating a short king, so what?
I felt like he was like a little baby. I'm not gonna lie, like
What in the utter plastic is going on in this video, bro? Like, what is, yo, come on, man. I think I paused it at the right frame to kind of like exemplify like my point. Look at this, bro. Look at, it looks like a cartoon character. I don't like to talk bad about anybody, but this is overdone, bro. Look at her. Look at her nose. She got her nose done, her lips done, and her chin, bro. Her chin. Ladies, stop messing with your faces, man. Stop messing with your body. Just that's why men prefer typically natural women, bro.
I had my doubts because of the whole age gap situation.
So what do you think overall about our relationship now?
I can't take people like that seriously, bro.
Kind of too high, you can cut me those shoes up there. Right now, we're picking out outfits for each other. If I don't like the outfit, I'll tell her go back and do it again.
But I'm really the masterminds on the outfits at the end of the day.
She get me right.
Yeah.
You know, people can't believe I'm with a baddie.
My friend was out with
Bro, I'm sorry, man, but that is not a baddie. That is an L for sure.
one of his friends, and that's how like we all linked up.
You know, I was just a young fly ass, just, you know, just looking for the love of my life. And then I ended up bumping into Baby one day. She was on the stool twerking. I put out my phone, I started recording her, and I was like, nah, man, like I gotta take her home with me. So boom, I ended up.
Oh Lord, I'm so sorry for you, bro. Oh, like look at, man, that's a lot of tats, bro. That's not typically a good sign. And you in the club, bro. Wifey is not waiting for you in the club, bro.
Up getting a flower from the there be little old ladies right there. I like, come on, give me one. Go ahead and send it over there to her.
I was like, no, I'm good. She's like, no, they bought you one. And I'm like, who bought me a flower? And I'm looking around, and it was like literally slow motion. Like the guys just moved out of the way, and the shortest one, he's like this. Like,
It out like a sore thumb.
yeah, he did. Like, but I didn't think nothing of it. I'm just like, come here.
Big smile on me. I was just cheesing, like.
That's what caught me.
I did it. After that, we stayed together for like 3 days.
And then, within the third day, I'm like, so what are we? And he's
3
like, you're a
days?
baby. And ever since then, it's been a wrap. We moved in together like not even a week later.
3 days in a week, and y'all moving in together? Yo, that's way too fast. That's way too fast, bro. Especially with a chick you met at the club, bro.
You know, so
Holy.
it's going on 2 years already.
Going
Oh,
2
he got a
years now.
tat? He got a tat? Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I like to wear like I forgot what these are called. They're like the stack jeans. They're the stack jeans. I got some more over here. She hates them. I got a whole bunch of them. I got a whole bunch. She said these look like a curtain.
No, it looks like a carpet. I mean, he's improved since I've been with him. He had a little some, but
She got she helped me. She helped me get my swag up. You know.
yeah. My man is 12 years younger than me. I mean, I never thought about being with someone young and stuff, but when I saw him, I didn't see his height, how old he was, or anything like that. Like, he had a good soul. It's something about his soul. Like, he has an old soul. And I like that about him, so yeah.
She making me blush, man. Yeah, it's like we kind of seems like we the same age.
I have 7 kids. My oldest one,
What is going on in this video, bro? She did not just say she had 7 kids. Bro, what? One more time.
Yeah, it's like we kind of seems like we the same age.
I have 7 kids.
Bro, 7 kids? Oh, man. I don't think I've ever hit that sound effect this many times in such a short amount of time.
My oldest one just turned 18, and a lot of people be all surprised, like, how do you have an 18-year-old but you're dating a 24, you know? But everybody warmed up to him quick.
I love my stepkids. People would tell me like, oh, child, you need to get a girl that you could start your family with and this. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I already got a family with her. She is my family.
A lot of people don't see, like, how we really are. They're just judged by what they see on social media.
Sometimes they be saying that, oh, he a little fat boy. And
They always tell me, like, he's too young for you. Let me show you what a real man does. They're like, why are you kissing your kid? He's like 5'2". I'm 5'4".
your ID says I'm 5'3".
We've always talked about the height and stuff in the beginning. I would always tell him, like, you weren't this short, you know, when I met you.
Yo, Charles, Mr. London Boy for life. Are y'all seeing this? This is crazy. This is unacceptable, bro. Yo, this is
And he's like, it was because I was wearing these
Crazy.
shoes.
I was wearing some
Like moon shoes.
LA moon boots. I'm like 2 inches taller than her with those. They say it ain't gonna last.
They say that our careers are gonna end as well.
They try to tell me like, oh man, she's not gonna let you be able to do your music or not. But she's real supportive of my music.
My friend's coming over today so she can discuss about our relationship and how she really feels about it. You know, she's had some things, you know, to say about like, he's too young for you. You need to date someone your own age and stuff.
When Mallory and Chapo initially started dating, of course, the age gap was a little off
At least she has no tats. At least she has no tats, no crazy tats.
to me. The only reservations I had about them getting together is his height. Yeah, he was just a lot shorter than her and she's taller. I felt like he was like, you know, like a little baby.
Bro, this is
So
crazy.
Mallory told me he came up here to talk about our relationship.
Right. Basically, like, I just really wanted to know what's your intentions with my friend.
Nah, you know, I got pure intentions, you know, good intentions. I love Mallory. She loves me, you know, like
Wait, you get.
I'm planning to marry her. So
Wait.
it's like, Mallory.
Oh, hold on, hold
love
on.
me,
Let me
you
pause
know.
it right there. In his ear. It's a backwood in his ear, bro. This is all tight. Like, this cannot be real. This is not real, bro. Are y'all seeing this? Is this how dating is in like in like different cities, like different major cities? Like, this has to be like LA or Florida or like Miami, right? Like, what? He's 24 and her oldest kid is 18. At least they can play video games together, guys. Come on.
Like, I plan to marry her. So it's like,
No, don't marry her. What are you doing? She has 7 kids. You're 24. You honestly, at 24, he should be working his butt off to build his own value. He should be starting a business, like working his butt off to buy a property. And then in your 30s, that's when you can really be like, okay, I'm ready to marry. But in your 20s, you're way too young, bro. You don't have enough value to provide to society yet to really warrant a higher value woman like that. Like, but never mind, bro. People like that never listen, bro. They learn the hard way.
Everything's good.
At first, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I had my doubts, just like I'm sure everyone else did because
No,
of
no,
the
for
whole
sure, yeah,
age
yeah.
gap situation. But you know, that's just a small hurdle in the road. And at the end of the day, like, age is nothing but a number. How does the outside judgment affect you guys?
At first, to be honest with you, I had a lot of emotions, girl. It was like, I don't know if I was shy or kind of like, I wasn't embarrassed about him per se, but it was more like I was just embarrassed what people were saying. But when I would look at him, like, it was like nothing mattered. Like, I didn't care what anybody said. Like, the feelings of embarrassment or anything was just out the window. You know what I mean? I love the way he makes me feel, you know? So I'm just like,
I love the way you make me feel too, man.
that made me cry. I'm so emotional, you know? But it's for real. It's like,
I'll be honest with you guys, I did not think y'all were gonna make it.
gonna make it. Everybody's
Like that where, and I was like, you know, I understand when you say people think that it's for clout or whatever, but I was
It is.
actually around you guys and I know it's not that at all. So
Bro.
us seeing all of this just come about.
beating the cases and still thinking together. Everybody thought that we were gonna be separated. Everybody thought that we were gonna, like, as soon as we beat the case, well, we're gonna go our separate ways. It didn't. We came out way freaking stronger.
Yeah, we did.
We really did. Everybody was shocked. They're like, how they doing it? You know.
Might have a year.
Oh God.
So what do you think overall about our relationship now?
Jeez.
You know, if you would have asked me this question maybe a couple months back, I probably would have been like, eh. But, you know, now moving forward, like, I really, like, the way everything's panned out with you guys, I feel like y'all ready. Y'all just ready to move on to the next chapter.
Cheers to that, y'all. Cheers to that.
I'm glad we put that under.
To
You know what I'm
family,
saying?
y'all.
Put that under the rug.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go.
Bro,
Well,
this
today we're gonna go to the studio because Chapo is gonna make some new music. I love Chapo's music. It lifts me up. You know, I always put it on repeat.
it
and stuff
lifts
like
me
that.
up. It's
Baby
crazy.
daddy broke. He be driving in the bucket. Free my brother out the pen. Still screaming for my cousin Chop.
Oh, bro.
Chopper real as it get. You know, I don't go for nothing. All right, let me hear that real quick. I'm gonna come out there and listen to it.
Madly changed my life in a great way. You know, like, she showed me things a lot of people didn't show me. You know, she showed me a lot of love. She nursed me and all of that. I'm her baby, she my baby. We take care of each other.
What I love most about Chapo is his goofiness. He has a really big sense of humor. And yes, I know he looks like a kid, but like I said before, he has an old soul. But at the same time, it's like we enjoy a lot of the same things. And I'm really a kid at heart, and it's like he brings it out in me.
To the people that don't like us or like have something to say about us, I'll be like, man, look, we don't want to hear anything you got to say. We don't want to hear anything you got to say.
Bro, what did we just watch, bro? Is that even real? Is that even what? Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. That's unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. What love got to do with it? True. Very true, bro. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. All right, let's get to the more educational stuff. The usual programming. I got one more of like the story. It's I married twice for a green card. I saw the title and I was like, yo, this is wild. But I do want to. I do have 3 other videos that I want to watch. I haven't watched like our typical people. Like we haven't watched Wodamaya, Tayo Aina, Stephen Nduku. We haven't watched those guys for a while because I've been traveling for the last 3 weeks. So you guys haven't seen me live for a minute. So hopefully we can catch up a little bit. So let's start out with Wodamaya. Shout out to Wodamaya. 1.63 million subscribers. Like the video. If you guys are not already subscribed to Mr. Wodamaya, I suggest you guys do. He produces a lot of great content, and I want to focus the video today on it's inside the first and biggest electric motorcycle manufacturing plant in Kenya. And the reason why I wanted to look at this video is because I know for sure that motorcycles are used as motorcycles are a big part of transportation in Africa as a whole, right? Especially in countries like Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, Nigeria. They're a huge part of the transportation in these countries. And the fact that they're able to build a manufacturing plant to make electric motorcycles in Africa, which supports not only the infrastructure in the entire continent, it also supports sustainability. So I want to take a look at this to see what's up and who built it, why they built it, and how they did it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. Fair use.
This is really innovative to see that every single bike in here is actually electric. This is to tell you that the future of Africa is electric, and I'm so glad that it's actually started from Kenya. So Kenya is on a journey to electrify the entire Africa. I mean, one vehicle at a time. One thing that I really want to know is Rome a manufacturing or assembly plant?
Oh, good question.
This is the factory that gave birth to Rome. I mean, apparently this is the largest electric vehicle manufacturing plant in the entire East Africa. Come inside with me because I really want to show you how this bikes that you're seeing right here is being manufactured in this factory. Have you been expecting me?
Yes, of course.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome. Welcome to Rome Electric.
Thank you.
Yes.
What I'm quite interested in is
Try the
why
subtitles.
Rome?
Because we are roaming around, roaming Africa, roaming towards the world.
Okay.
Yes.
And the goal is to electrify the entire Africa, one vehicle at a time.
At a time, yes.
Oh, wow. Africa's
Yeah.
future is electric. That's
Yes.
quite interesting. So I really want to see where the production goes on.
Yes, of course. This is
Ooh,
our reception
okay.
area.
Oh,
So
reception
we have
area.
our production floor around there,
Okay.
inside, yeah. So maybe you can just roam around the reception area and then we go roam around the production area.
That would be awesome. And what is this? Is it like a charging spot?
Yeah, so this is a charging, like, it's just a sample. Like,
Okay.
this is what we have to show
just a
them to
sample.
our customers first, and then our customers become interested, happy.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm done roaming around the reception area.
This guy.
So this is where the entire production takes place.
Yes.
How many bikes do you guys manufacture in a day?
For now, because we are entering towards the end of the year,
Okay.
we do 25 bikes a day.
25 bikes a
Every
day.
single
Okay.
day.
Yes, every single day.
And I love the fact that these are done by, Kenyans.
Yes.
Made in Kenya by Kenyans, eh?
Made in Kenya, made for Kenyans,
By Kenyans.
by Kenyans.
That's a beautiful one, man. So all
Yeah.
these are already made.
Yeah, so here we have some bikes are
Okay.
made for our employees. So this is the parking area for the employees. And then we have this one ready for delivery, ready for dispatch.
Oh, wow. So
Yes.
you make bikes for your employees. So
Yes.
the Rome employees actually use Rome.
Yes, that's why we say we are roaming around, roaming Africa, roaming
That's dope.
all over the world.
That's impressive. And what about this one? Oh, do not touch.
Yeah, not touch, they are ready for dispatch, like everything has been done. So are waiting for the customers.
I want to know how many stages the bike has to go through for us to have a complete bike.
Our production line at the moment is one, and I've told you earlier we produce 25 bikes on that one line.
Okay.
This one line we have 8 stations from 1 to 8.
Okay.
Probably station 1 to 4 mostly mechanical, station 5 to 8 electrical. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Wow. Does it mean that frames are also designed in here?
Yes, we design the frame. Actually, I can say we design everything.
Okay.
Yes,
By who?
Wow.
by our engineers.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Same engineers that we see now, we got another department.
Yeah, so we have some engineers in, like we have multiple departments. We have R&D, we have the production line ones, we have batteries ones.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Even the batteries.
So the batteries we design, but we don't make it here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the batteries are probably made in China. And yeah, so there's a high probability that the batteries are made in China. But for everything else to kind of be designed and built in Kenya or by Africans, that's an accomplishment in itself. And it being electric, it's not going to be polluting any tailpipe emissions. So it's not going to make our air any dirtier. This is why this is going to be a huge transition in transportation, especially in developing countries within Africa, Latin America, Asia. When they transition over to electric transportation, they're going to notice a huge decrease in the pollutants in the air, making the air a lot cleaner for their citizens and visitors alike. So I could see like this technology being adopted pretty quickly, as long as they make it cost effective and make it, if they can make it cheaper than like the gasoline counterpart, that will be very compelling to people that were looking for a gas bike. They're going to look at electric bikes instead because they're cheaper and they're probably faster and they're not polluting as much.
One thing that I really want to know is Rome a manufacturing or assembly plant?
That's a battery.
We're manufacturers. We consider ourselves original equipment manufacturers. We do everything from scratch all the way to end of production. So we do own our design. Every single thing is designed in-house by Kenyan engineers, and we partner internationally with manufacturers and producers to produce exactly what we need.
Are you trying to say that the production line actually starts from here?
Yes. So this is where it all begins, right? It all begins with our bare bone chassis. So the frame is the key aspect of what we designed over all these years, right? This is fully designed and fully built by us.
Wow.
So every single aspect, every single hole, bolt, cranny was designed specifically for this market. This is more of like making sure that we have the right load cases. We make sure that we can have the right rigidity, making sure that, you know, when someone decides to carry, I don't know, 3 people and they are traveling somewhere, that we are comfortable with how safe and secure it is, and making sure that it can outlast any other bike in the market. This is where it all started, and that's why the production line starts with a bare bone frame. From there, it starts now slowly becoming a bike, right? Here we're talking more about, you know, introducing most of the core elements of the bike, from the electronics aspects, where he's introducing the electronics box itself, the motor, and now we start getting the resemblance of a bike slowly by slowly, right? At this point, it starts getting its wheels. And
wow, it's really coming together.
The harness comes into play as well at this particular stage. In this case now, it's possible for you to power the bike and start testing the powertrain components, but it's still rolling on the platform itself.
Is this the first ever electric bikes that have been made in Africa? Is it the first ever one? Because I've never seen one yet. I know electric boxes have been made in Africa, but when it comes to electric bike, will this company be the first one ever?
We were the first, not with this design, with a different design altogether.
Okay.
But yes, we are the first with regard to so many things.
Let's go.
How long has Rome been in existence?
We've been around since 2017. We started with, you know, producing Land Cruisers and converting them to electric. That later on shifted to our next phase of the company, where we focused more with regards to public transport and a means with which we can have the highest amount of impact, right?
What is the inspiration behind Rome? Because I'm reading something like electrifying Africa one vehicle at a time. Because if you're saying that you used to convert, Land Cruisers to what do you call it, electric vehicles, then I guess is that what really inspired Rome?
Yeah, it was a really good proving ground, right? At the very beginning, it was more of like, yes, we do have a good understanding of the tech, and at the very beginning, we weren't quite focused on high impacts, right?
Guys, if you haven't noticed, there is a lack of like machinery that that you would see typically in an assembly line that you would see in Asia or in Latin America or here in America. You see that everything is being assembled by hand. That is insane to really think about, because it's 2024, right? We have all of this advanced technology in order to assemble and create things much more rapidly than by hand. But to see a company start out like grassroots, just from scratch and still doing things by hand, hats off to them for doing that. And I guarantee you that they have plans to automate a lot of this stuff in order to increase the output of production. Because once a video like this from a YouTube creator like Wodamaya, you only need an impact of 1% of his audience in Africa to purchase one of these bikes to run out of supply, right? So you're going to have to think of ways to scale production at a certain point, and they will have a supply issue, because the demand for these electric bikes, if they're cost effective and comparable to the gas counterpart, these bikes are going to fly out of the factory door very quickly after this video.
That's what shifted us from the conversion of Land Cruisers to working specifically on mass transit vehicles like buses and motorcycles.
So you do buses too?
Yeah, we do buses.
Buses? Bro!
So what it turned out to be is more of like, how do we have the highest level of impact? Because if you look at Land Cruisers and converting them to electric, it's a very high barrier of entry. First of all, you need to own the vehicle. Second of all, you need to have a vehicle that you're willing to convert. And that by itself already eliminates a big part of the sub-Saharan African population. So you were like, how do we have the highest level of impact and have as many people get to benefit the joys of electric mobility in a way that sustains their daily livelihood? And that's how we decided on motorcycles and buses, because mass transit has the biggest impact. Every sub-Saharan African uses mass transit in one way or another.
Okay, it's the final.
And that's how we finally end up to a working bike itself.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's a female engineer. Hi,
Yes.
how are you? I love the fact that you got women working in here, which means that you guys believe in women, and all the people are so young though.
Yeah, we are a very young company. I keep saying that this company is built by a bunch of young nerds who just love the mission, love doing what we do, right? The fact that we've got so much attention towards us is quite telling with regards to the fact that the youth and everyone who's been involved in this project cares deeply about the work that we do. That's how we're able to produce quality products, banger after banger, consistently. These bikes are currently off the production line. They will go off to our quality team, who will inspect each and every one of them.
Nice.
Just making sure that everything is running smoothly. And if there's anything wrong with the bike, they'll be able to pick it up, check it out, inspect it, and repair it.
How much does it cost me to own one of these bikes?
$2,200.
$2,200.
Yes.
The ordinary
That's
guy
it?
on the street cannot afford $2,200. So how do you intend
Oh,
to target?
Okay, I'm thinking in like American mind, right? Like, okay, $2K for a mode of transportation, I could come up with that money so I can like be mobile, right? But when it comes to emerging countries like Kenya and Rwanda and in Ghana and Nigeria, the typical citizen, it's very difficult for them to come up with that type of money to purchase an electric bike. But I'm thinking with my American mind, so excuse me.
That audience.
We do have multiple ways of incentivizing people to own our product, right?
Yeah.
You know, one key aspect that, you know, we've been battling for the longest time is the fact that, yes, electric mobility technology is quite expensive, right? But you look at the offsets with regard to pricing. You know, we were talking earlier with regard to what it costs for someone to ride a combustion bike versus riding an electric bike. It takes you 6 to 7 months for you to already have broken even with regard to owning an electric bike. That cost already eliminates itself. But on top of that, we are partnering with microfinance companies to be like, you know, let's introduce much better ways of paying this, you know, introduce a daily payment and things like that to enable someone to pick up the bike as soon as possible.
Majina naitwa Mary Atieno Okech. Niko na bike ya Rome. Niliitwa na watu wa M-Kopa, walinipigia simu na wakanielekeza mahali wako, wakaniambia kama naweza taka na nikawaambia naweza taka. Na nikaenda hapo, wakaniambia nipeane 25,000 na nikapeana, na wakanipea pikipiki na wakaniambia nikuwe nikilipa kila siku.
Bro, $4.26, sorry, $4.26 every day as an installment. So what is that monthly? Why don't they just charge it monthly? 120, 130 bucks monthly? But every day, I guess.
Siku,
not bad though.
Sasa nikachukua na nikaanzia hapo kulipa. Ambao sasa sai mimi nategemea pikipiki. Ndio inanisaidia mpaka mahali nimefika hapa.
Wow.
And the beauty about such a payment system is that we have multiple customers who have amazing success stories. One of our first customers at the moment already owns 3 bikes.
Wow.
So he started off with, I have nothing at all, right? They started off from scratch. They had nothing. They were literally picking up their first bike. As we speak right now, 2.5 years later, they own 3 bikes. Damn. They are basically fleet managers at this point, right? Fleet owners, entire enterprises running off of them. So that by itself speaks a lot with regard to how big of an impact the product has.
Can I get a spare parts everywhere in case like I need to fix my bike?
Yes, we do use what's available in the market or similar to. So it's possible for you to go to your local mechanic and change a component or two. Also, the beauty about our design is it's an electric bike, right? Okay. You have very few moving parts. You're not worried about your air filter or your oil filter or your spark plug or your oil. You have very few things to worry about. The things that you truly care about are your chain, your sprocket, and your tires, and your brakes. And those are easily available in the market.
But you guys don't have an in-house mechanics just in case like anything happens to the bike, because the mechanic out there can definitely not know what exactly is wrong with the bike.
You know, even the best machines in the world require some love. And that's why we at Rome, we have service centers both at Wayaki Way and at Rome Park to assist you with the service. And it's equipped with the technicians just like me. So you can trust us with your Rome Air to help it run smoothly. Guys, are you stuck on the road or need some help? No worry, don't sweat. We have our customer care ready for you 24/7. You can call them, you can chat with them, or you can visit our website and get all the resources you need.
We do also have a warranty. We do offer a 2-year warranty on specific components of the bike scattered. And that allows us also, you know, if you have any particular problems with the bike, just reach out to us and we'll find a way to fix you.
This is a typical Rome bike?
Yes.
I feel like this seat is quite different though.
This is our limited edition bike. We are making a very select number of this, 54 to be exact. And this is just us showing that there are multiple uses for the bike, right? This kind of taps into that cafe racer kind of vibe. You know, a really nice, slick bike that you can use to go meet your friends, hang out, you know, go for a few errands here and there. It's a very beautiful, classic bike.
As someone coming from Ghana, I really want to know what is so unique about the Rome bikes.
good question.
So one aspect, we do talk about this a lot, is the fact that it is designed by Africans. And the reason that's so important is because it's designed for Africans as well, right? We understand the unique use case that we use these bikes. Like very few people are buying this bike for recreational use. Many people are buying this bike specifically because it's their bread and butter. You know, they use it on a day-to-day to be able to bring something back home at the end of the day, be it for taxi, carrying cargo, carrying people around. There's so much use case for this bike. So we have to design something that's robust, that can survive these terrains, can survive from the highlands, the lowlands.
Oh,
the
that's
flat
so
plains.
smart, guys. I don't know if you just saw that. So with the removable batteries, you guys see in the metal casing, you can actually take out the battery, go charge it in your house or apartment, and then you can bring out a full battery to start your day. That's so smart because a lot of people don't have access to bring like a big bike into their like apartment or somewhere to park and plug it in. They don't have a spot for that. And with these, you just take out the battery, go in your apartment or your home, and you charge it on a wall outlet. And then you go to sleep and you wake up, you have a full charge in your battery, take it out, put it in your bike, and you can begin your day. That is such a good way to do it.
You can drive through rain, very heavy rain. You can drive through very sunny weather. It's all about building something that's rugged and utilitarian. So, you know, sometimes, you know, it's very easy for an OEM to focus on high-tech features, right? You know, you walking up to your bike, it turns itself on, blah, blah, blah. There are so many amazing features that we could build, but we've intentionally focused on keeping the price point low because we fully understand who actually uses this bike on a day-to-day basis.
Who are your target audience?
Anyone who's looking into motorcycle as a means of earning, right? That basically covers a big part of the youth in sub-Saharan Africa, right?
Yep.
There are so many people who just by using our bike get to experience a totally different way of life, right?
Yep.
This is talking about people who were using combustion engine bikes, right?
Nimeona bike iko sawa, imeshinda ile ingine ya mafuta. Hii sina hasara nayo sana.
Okay. Ulikuanga na hiyo ya mafuta?
Nilikuwa na ya mafuta lakini ilikuwa inanipeleka hasara juu ya mafuta.
Okay.
Kila mara mafuta imeisha. Inakwama kwa barabara, lakini hii sikwami, bora nilipe. Alafu bora ni charge battery, naona niko sawa.
You know, here in Kenya, a liter of fuel right now is around 200 shillings.
Yep.
If you look at what the fuel consumption is for a similar bike, it will be a 150cc bike, thereabout. And, you know, for them to achieve 100 kilometers, which is a similar range as our battery, they'll probably use 2 to 3 liters of fuel. So we're talking about between 400 and 600 shillings worth of fuel, right? And that's a good bike off the showroom floor, right? For us, charging the battery, we charge it at home using the everyday tariffs that Kenya Power and Lighting Company does. It will give you around, for 100 kilometers of range, you'll charge with 80 to 100 shillings.
Ya kwanza inasave kufanya kazi yako, jioni unaenda una plug in kwa stima, alafu itumie stima mingi, token ya 100 inajaza betri 2.
So at worst case scenario, you're charging at 100 shillings for 100 kilometers of range, which is basically 1 shilling per kilometer, versus someone who's doing for the same 100 kilometers 600 to 800 shillings.
So you're trying to say that buying Rome bike is cost effective?
So mi hutumia electric bike ambayo ni Rome bike. Hii bike imenisaidia kulisha familia yangu, kufanya mahitaji yangu ya kila siku. So hii bike iko fiti upande wa kusave, experience yake iko sawa. Upande wa kusave napata at least kakitu jioni. Upande wa performance pia iko sawa, naweza beba mizigo, naweza beba abiria vizuri bila malalamishi yoyote.
Dude, this is crazy.
It's a big win. If you do the math, it just makes perfect sense. Just buy it as soon as you can, really.
There's one thing that I cannot find on this bike.
Yeah.
The inscription of "Made in Kenya."
Ooh.
Why? Are Kenyans not embracing Made in Kenya product?
We do love our Kenyan products. We do love our Kenyan bracelet as well. I don't know.
guess maybe you have to put the bracelet on the bike.
That would actually be cool. That would actually be nice. We've actually never thought about it. I think you're the first person to mention that we should have a made in Kenya somewhere.
Yes,
I
bro.
think we should add it like one of those tags on a T-shirt, like
Exactly.
and then just have it
Because
dangling
I
over
think
here.
Kenyans will feel so proud knowing that this is a bike that is made in Kenya.
Yeah.
And very soon, I mean, I think I need to ask you this question. Do we see Rome in another African country apart from Kenya anytime soon?
Please, yes.
We are trying to expand our operations, first of all, beyond Nairobi and to other markets as well. There's nothing stopping us really. We don't have a charging infrastructure that we need to set up in whichever place we go. Our model is we sell our bike with a battery and with a charger. So wherever you are in Africa, it's possible for you to buy a bike from us and charge it wherever you'll go. That's how we are able to do the trip from Nairobi to Stellenbosch in South Africa, right?
Okay.
You can charge.
So the Roam Air, an African-made electric motorcycle, has successfully completed a landmark 6,000-kilometer journey powered entirely by solar energy. So what is 6,000 kilometers? I know 1,000 kilometers is 600 miles. So 600, so that's 3,600 miles. Wow, by solar energy. The expedition, which began in Nairobi, Kenya, and concluded in Stellenbosch, South Africa, marks a significant milestone in sustainable transport across the continent. The journey, organized by Rome, a leading African electric mobility company in collaboration with Stellenbosch University.
Anywhere that you find possible for you. So there's nothing necessarily stopping us. It's just more of us planning ourselves accordingly and us spreading in a way that's sustainable for us as well.
Where do we see Rome in the near future?
Hopefully, all roads in Nairobi start having electric bikes scattered everywhere. We start spreading our routes across Africa and people getting to enjoy this product anywhere they are. We're already seeing our products starting to spread out there. There are many people who love what we do and who are key on owning one or having one in their lives. So we are keen on expansion, having more impact across the entirety of Sub-Saharan Africa, because that's what we designed this bike for. It wasn't designed just for Kenya. It was designed for everyone from Kenya to Nigeria and Ghana to South Africa, Namibia, all over Africa. Everyone should be able to benefit from this bike.
If, as an African, if you had a chance to change one thing in Africa, what will it be?
Oof, good question.
Wow. If I had a chance to change one thing in Africa, governance. I feel there's so much that we have to fight as private individuals where the government would have been really good with like support and push. There's so much regard to governance across all of Africa that we do need to work on and we do need to improve. We do talk about aspects of corruption, looting, all of that. All of those should really not be a problem. The people in Africa are very smart. They are very keen on doing what they do. Amazing and talented individuals everywhere we go, right? But just it's that aspect that from the top, what's actually happening is just everyone is fighting their way through. And if the process was much smoother, much more seamless, we'd probably be selling bikes in Ghana right now as well.
I want to say thank you so much for talking to me and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. It was an honor having you.
Thank you.
Damn, bro. Dude, if that doesn't inspire you to start investing in Africa or at least visiting Africa, I don't know what will. Let's see. Powerful indeed. Yeah, Charles, that was super powerful. Like you just have no idea how useful something like an electric motorcycle can be for someone that literally makes a living using their bike as a boda. Like a boda is like you offer a ride to a passenger, right? It's like an Uber motorcycle, for instance, if you ever hear a boda in the future. And the youth of Africa are so intelligent. They are, bro. Literally, almost every African I have met in my entire life, like have been very intelligent, like very, very intelligent, like engineers, doctors, people that actually have real important jobs like that support the infrastructure of our society. They're African, bro. So Africa does have so much potential, man. And I cannot wait to visit Africa in 2025 and figure out where I want to invest in, because I'm definitely going to be purchasing property all around the world over the next 4 to 5 years. And Africa is somewhere I want to invest in for sure. Okay. I want to just give Rome and Kenya a Dom DeMarco and Watermaya for putting them on the map. And they already make electric buses, but for them to kind of transition and pivot to motorcycles as well and make them electric, hats off to them, man. Seriously. Okay, let's move on to the next video. I think we're going to go with Stephen Ndukwu. Haven't heard from him in a while. 3 weeks ago. Okay, so he hasn't come out with a video for 3 weeks, but this is his latest video, I believe. Let me double check real quick. Let's see, is that the latest video? No, he came out with one 2 weeks ago. I investigated if Kenya is truly the tech capital of Africa. Wonder which one. How he built $1 million shoe brand in South Africa with no money, or I investigated if Kenya is truly the tech capital of Africa. Let's go with the latest one, man. I'm gonna go with the latest one. So if you guys are not already subscribed to Stephen Ndukwu's YouTube channel, I highly suggest you guys do it. He's at just over 500,000 subscribers. One of my favorite YouTubers, man, right next to Watermaya and Tayo Aina. I just think those are the big three when it comes to African YouTubers. And I really cannot wait to see them have additional success in the future. So let's go ahead and react to Stephen Ndukwu's video called I Investigated If Kenya is Truly the Tech Capital of Africa. It looks like we're about to have a Kenya-filled video, or a Kenyan-filled reaction video today. So let's go ahead and watch.
Kenya is considered a leading tech hub in Africa with an increased internet connectivity and significant tech startups all around the country. And with advancements in AI, things are about to get even more interesting. In my quest to find answers as to why Kenya's tech scene is promising, I boarded a flight to the giant of Eastern Africa, Kenya.
Quick question for you. Do you believe Kenya is the tech hub of Africa?
Not today.
Hello, sir. Can you excuse me for a second? I have a quick question for you. Sorry. Quick question for you. Can you answer?
I know me.
Yo, the Kenyan people are not going to speak to me. But guys, today we are in Kenya, and I do have two questions. Is Kenya the tech hub of Africa? Is Kenya really the Silicon Valley of Africa? And how is AI helping solve the everyday needs of a local African person living here in Africa? We're going to find out.
And later on in this episode, I'll meet with the president of Google Europe, Middle East and Africa here in Nairobi to gain more insight about Google's commitment to empower tech using AI and real-life inventions powered by artificial intelligence here in Nairobi, Kenya.
Hello, sir. I do have a quick question for you. Do you feel Kenya is the tech hub of Africa, the Silicon Valley of Africa?
Yes.
Do you know what AI is?
AI?
Yes.
Artificial intelligence?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you heard about AI? Do you know what AI is?
No, I don't know.
But do you use Google search?
Yeah, I use.
You know that you are indirectly using AI without knowing that you're using AI. Have you used anything that involved AI before in your daily work?
Yes, I do use. I've got several AIs. For example, there is a ChatGPT. There is an AI for you. You can see my work. I'm a photographer.
Yes.
There are some AIs that will be photography work.
Yes.
So I do use AI. Thank you.
Hello, sir. I have a quick question for you.
I think I've been in your YouTube.
Okay.
Steven or someone?
Yeah, my name is Steven, but I do have a quick question
let's
for
go.
you. Okay. Do you feel Kenya is the tech hub of Africa?
I think it's moving in the right direction in terms of technology.
I have another question for you. Have you heard about AI?
AI, yeah. Sure.
Have you used AI in your everyday life before?
Yeah. I use it.
And what was it?
I use it in my studies, and I use it in doing some tasks.
To experience firsthand how AI is used for cleaner air, I visited LQ here in Nairobi.
We're at somewhere at AQ. These guys are doing something very phenomenal. Tell me, what is this thing you're holding in your hand?
So before I tell you about this, I want to ask you,
Yes.
what is the quality of air you're breathing in right now?
Sadly, I don't know.
And that's why we invented this, this device, to be able to tell you the quality of air that you breathe in.
Interesting. So how does it work? How does it get this data?
So this device, it's a portable, air core monitor. It can be installed on static locations.
Okay.
You can install it in your home,
Yeah.
on the street, or a motorbike.
What?
It takes air samples every second. I'm here breathing. It's also taking the air samples as if it's breathing in.
Yo.
When this device gets the air in, it tries to understand what is the quality of this air. It tries to drive the concentration of the pollution in the air.
So we just rating how nice and clean the air is.
Precisely.
Okay, interesting.
The main goal for us is that everyone should know the quality of air they breathe in for every breath they take.
I understand this data can be uploaded to the cloud or somewhere where everybody can access it.
Precisely.
So everybody necessarily do not need to have this device.
You don't need to have this device.
All you just need to have is the application.
Just get the Airco mobile app.
Yes.
And then you can actually, if you're in Nairobi, there's already good coverage in Nairobi.
And this data, I can use it to see, oh, it's a sunny day to go to the beach. Or I have respiratory issue, I'm not going to go outside today. Or possibly there's traffic pollution happening somewhere. Let's stay away from that area.
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question. How did you come up with this idea?
So we always hear some, very short-term reports saying African cities are most polluted. But when you ask the data, it's
nobody has the data.
So we wanted to fill that data gap. And that's when we started building the
Bro.
What was your first sample city? Where did you start this?
The first sample city was Kampala, Uganda. Now we've been able to scale to other African cities. 15
Yeah.
of them.
So what is the future of this? Like, where do you see yourself in like 10 years with this thing?
So for every African city, first of all, we should be able to tell the state of air quality each citizen is breathing in.
That seems like a very expensive thing to do. How was Google able to empower your company?
We are Google Air Impact Challenge grantee.
Oh, okay.
That gave us some resources in terms of funding to expand, but also some of our data infrastructure runs on Google Cloud.
How many sensors would you have in a city like Nairobi then?
That's a good question, and actually that's also a very good application of AI. So one of the things we did is build what we call a placement model.
Yeah.
So given a radius of the city and a number of parameters like road density, population, green spaces, the model suggests the optimal number of sensors. But you might not be able to install all the sensors at the same time. So using that model, then you can start to install incrementally a few of that.
Google is trying to empower tech startups, and his company is just one of those. And it's a
Right.
technology that I'm very excited about.
Right,
So that I can live long.
Yeah,
I can
please.
make money and
You can
live
breathe clean.
Yeah, I can
and live longer.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Let's pause for a second. Like, this is Africa, guys. This is Africa. Kenya is coming up. We just watched a video from Wodamaya about electric motorcycles being a thing in Kenya and being cheaper over time to have than an internal combustion motorcycle. And now we're transitioning over to an entirely different YouTube creator, also focused on Kenya and its advances in technology. And they're being supported by Google. What's going on here? Why is this not in the media? Why are we not watching news at nighttime or during the day about the advances that countries in Africa are making? We're only getting it from YouTubers like Stephen Nduku, Wodamaya, and Tayo Aina. Why is this the only source that we see over here in the Western world? While they're making huge advancements in Africa, we're not even hearing anything about that in our Western media. We're hearing about the latest gossip with politics and celebrities, all that garbage news that is piped in through the mainstream media. We need to be watching for this stuff. This is the important news that should be reported here.
Right, thank you.
To find more answers about how Google is empowering tech in Africa, I visited Google's office here in Kenya to meet with Matt Britton.
He's the president of Google, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Is this your first time in Kenya?
No, I've been several times for work and also for pleasure. It's a beautiful country.
So how is Kenya treating you so far?
Had the chance to get out and meet people doing real stuff. I live in London, and I'm responsible for Africa for Google as well as the Middle East. So it's a big, big patch.
Yeah.
And every time I visit and see what's happening in Africa, it just reminds me of why we should be so passionate about putting technology into the hands of people in young countries who are so entrepreneurial.
Which African country has the potential to become the Silicon Valley of Africa?
Man, you're asking me to choose my favorite child. I don't think that's a fair question. I think I should be asking who are going to be the next generation tech leaders.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to come out of Africa, so maybe it's you.
I witnessed him announce Google's new commitment to
Wait,
make the internet.
wait, hold on.
So maybe it's you.
Let's peep that motorcycle that just went by. Was that a Rome bike? And the electric bike we just watched? Because it was orange, right? No, that's not it. Okay.
Witnessed him announce Google's new commitment to make the internet accessible to more Africans.
Part of our mission at Google is to build technology that works for everyone. And we're going to see the majority of people in sub-Saharan Africa coming online will become a majority game over the next few years. Also going to be something that fuels prosperity. We think that 30 billion could be added to African GDP through our product contribution alone. Big projections as to how much AI can add to economy here as well.
How can AI help solve Africa's basic challenge? And we're talking about unemployment, we're talking about insecurity, we're talking about climate change, and also what Google is doing to help, solve this problem that we have here in Africa.
First thing is, like, what is AI and why is it an exciting thing? So it's a new level of capability of technology that's about bringing kind of greater intelligence to things we want to do. It's good at spotting patterns, it's good at making predictions, it's good at learning. It's so helpful in languages, and I'll come on to what we're doing with languages, but it's also helpful in things like really understanding complicated scientific stuff. So you're right to say, AI can help with prosperity, energy, health, climate change, security, an array of things. Let's bring that to life. What are we doing in Africa about that? There's two things that excite me about Africa right now. We're in a moment where it's very clear that AI can accelerate Africa and Africans. Because one, we're getting to the point where the majority of people on the continent will be connected. So that's taken time, right? It's behind many other countries. And it's thanks to Android, which is our free open operating system, which means that devices are more affordable, the telcos and a whole bunch of infrastructure investment we've made and others have made. So once you get connected, you've got all the world's information, but also increasingly you'll have intelligent tools at your service. So that's the second part of why I'm excited about Africa. Is this is in takeoff mode now. And while we've been here, we've been visiting some people who are using AI for good. So we've looked at a project on air quality, where we're using AI to understand and make predictions about pollution levels. We looked at a project about maternal health, which can save actually many, many women's lives by giving them better information when they need it and helping them with ultrasound screening. There's just two examples.
While in this meeting, I was told of a health tech using AI ultrasound to improve maternity. And of course, I wanted to check it out.
All right, so we're actually here. It's called Jacaranda. And what they're doing here is they are using AI
Wearing a jacket in Kenya is crazy.
to
by the way.
improve maternal health among women. So let's go.
7,500 Kenyan women die every year during childbirth. That's something like over 20 per day. That's almost 1 per hour. So some really sobering stats about the problem. But also a really promising, hopeful statistic is that 90% of those deaths are considered preventable. So that tells us that there is a solution, that this problem is solvable. And that's really what we've been focused in working with Jacaranda on, is trying to solve this problem.
They built a platform called Prompt, which is a two-way SMS exchange between AI and a pregnant lady.
So via Prompts, we started sending out SMS surveys that capture the mom's clinical history, any experiences she's had in the past that might be relevant to the current pregnancy. In addition, we've also been developing a model that looks at the conversational history that a mom has with us on Prompts and links that to—
Whoa! Wait a minute. Y'all see that? So AI is kind of solving like a real world problem. This is blowing my mind right now.
model that looks at the conversational history that a mom has with us on Prompts and links that to her potential for additional care need.
The platform improves care-seeking behavior by sending mothers tested SMS messages tracked with their stage of pregnancy, alongside an AI-enabled health desk service that would sort out patients with an urgent care and respond to the mother's question via text or voice in their local language.
So all of these things are designed to then create this profile of a user and then be able to give her better proactive content.
So we know that early ultrasound screening is a safe and effective method to help plan for pregnancy care and also identify issues early on. Approximately 2/3 of pregnant women in rural Kenya currently do not have access to ultrasound. So we are in the very early stages, together with our friends from Google, to develop a model that can interpret two things from an ultrasound scan. One, the age of the fetus, and two, the position of the baby in the womb. The nurse will have access to an ultrasound probe and a smartphone. The probe will be linked to the smartphone via an app. The nurse will require some training on performing very simple standardized sweeps. On the background, the AI model will be able to interpret the two things mentioned. So that is the age of the fetus and the position of the baby.
Meaning when a client comes to the ANC room, I'll be able to do the scan for the patient. When you do these sweeps, you're shown the pictures of the baby inside the mother's womb, where the baby is facing, and also how far the mother is. With this, you can show the mother. They will be pretty happy to know that their baby are doing well inside. This helps us to determine mode of delivery for this mother and also determine complications that this mother might have and also to minimizing the risk of delivery.
So what the future would look like is on the phone, after the nurse has been able to do the sweeps that Christine has talked about, they will be able to get their interpretation on the phone, something that would look like this.
But Jacaranda Health is using AI in different ways with our partnership. We've given them a Google.org grant of $1.4 million and some expertise from our fellows, which are experts at Google who come and work with the partner. And that is looking at maternal death in childbirth and how can we use technology to improve those outcomes.
So what we're doing in Africa is, like this week, we've announced 15 new languages so that people can
actually very
speak to Google.
Yeah.
Those are built with AI, and we've
Yeah.
also announced some more investment in skills in AI and cybersecurity to help Africans be part of building the future together.
So how can the African people start preparing themselves for this new wave of technology, and what infrastructure is Google putting in place to make sure the ease of adaptability is a little bit more even?
Yeah, we're doing a few things. We've been investing about $1 billion in connecting Africa with cable, Equiano, which is bringing Africa and Europe closer together so you get faster access to technology, and also through sub-Saharan Africa to South Africa, and then from South Africa to Australia. So getting connected, there's some infrastructure investment, but then we're really investing in partnerships and skills. So the skills training, we've already trained 14 million people across the continent in digital skills.
Yeah.
And this 5.8 million grant is going to help train many, many more. We do it always in partnership, and I'm always amazed at how entrepreneurial people here are.
One of the many features you mentioned was the language one, and that got me like very, very excited.
So today we're announcing the launch of Voice Search, and of course Voice on the Gboard and Voice Input and Translate for 13 more African languages, which brings our total to 25 out of 94 languages.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
For me, really proud of that. It means that you're able to now interact on the web, be able to now interact naturally in the language that comes naturally to you. But more importantly, to be able to do it in more languages means that more of our Africans will be able to be online.
It's quite interesting. I'm here sitting having conversation about AI, So what do you think is the future? The next, 20, 30 years?
Look, it's very hard to make long-term sort of precise projections, but I think you can see some big trends. So the first trend I think we talked about already is that everyone's going to be connected, particularly for people who've never had that chance. You get information, education, market ability, and a whole array of better tools to live your day. Secondly, everyone I think will have access to really smart sort of personal assistants. So you think about today the kind of thing that only the richest of rich people would have, like an amazing executive assistant scheduling their life, organizing their travel, a concierge to help people with their home, somebody who's a brilliant personal doctor. Imagine that, but affordable and available to everyone through AI. I think that's genuinely a possibility. And then thirdly, I think the world we live in, AI has the potential, if we get it right, to give us low-cost, sustainable energy. You know, we might crack the problem of nuclear fusion. Has the potential to give us incredible new treatments for diseases, and to understand and solve kind of the scientific problems ahead of us with material science, like batteries that work better. So I think the world around us could really change for the better if we harness AI for good. What we have to do right now is be curious about it and start playing with it.
What you've seen in this video doesn't cover all that Google is doing in Africa and the world with AI. I even heard of FloodHub, which can give advanced notice to people that they will be flooded.
Things like FloodHub, which is helping to give up to 7 days earlier warning using AI technology and weather data as well, topography data. So these kind of tools are increasingly being developed and led from here, or collaborated on from here, with our teams, with local partners, and with great skills from people across the continent.
You can check the data for your city. Just visit the website. The red colors state a potential flood alert, while the green means no flood threat. And to end my trip here in Kenya, of course, I did a game drive at the Nairobi National Park.
This is the world's closest park to a city, just 7 kilometers. I don't know if you can, well, somewhere you can't really see, but while you're doing your game drive, you can see the city, and it's actually an airport. But what is more interesting is it is home to 4 out of the 5 big 5. It's only the elephants that you're not going to find right here. I want to ask you guys here in the truck, and also my viewers out there, how can AI help conservation?
I think AI, if you bring AI into the conversation, I think you can maybe create an app where it will explain the habitat, the zone, the environment, the type of plants, the type of trees, and then maybe like something specific about the lion. Or what kind of what it eats, how it functions. Maybe it sleeps during the day, it's at work at night, how heavy it is. Explain something more about the lion itself. Maybe if they have the park, a system that includes the animals of the park, maybe the name of of that lion and its specificity.
That's right.
That makes sense. An AI-powered app that enables you to take a photo of an animal and instantly would identify what animal it is and give fact and behavioral psychology. That would be something I would be very interested in.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
And you just did this. Yo. If you guys find yourself here in Kenya, you better come see some wildlife, And it's very close to the city. Unlike the other ones that I have been to, the Serengeti, the Kruger, you have to drive like several kilometers to get there. This one, you can even walk from your hotel room here to see it.
What's the one thing about rhinos you think people should know about?
They're very aggressive animals.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
We spotted rhinos, lions, giraffes, buffaloes, zebras, and unique bird species. All thanks to Google for allowing me experience all of this firsthand. I would like to hear from you guys. Which of this technology highlighted in this video are you most excited about?
What I always like to do when I have guests like this, most times you realize over 50-60% of people watching our videos, they don't subscribe. So I always like to tell my guests to tell
this guy. All right, yeah, guys, go subscribe to Stephen Ndukwu's YouTube channel. Holy, that was incredible. Let's see, we got outstanding stream. Thank you so much, Charles. Yeah, this is quite informational, man. This is so slept on because it's not like the typical type of entertainment. Like it's very informational, right? People have such short attention spans, and they don't stick around for the real meaning of a video like that. And looking at how Kenya is progressing when it comes to technology, when it comes to the video we just watched about Google investing into a lot of the projects that the people in Kenya are starting, and then the prior video with Wodamaya and the electric motorcycle company, it is incredible. And I cannot wait to step foot into Kenya, in Rwanda, Tanzania, and then Ghana. Incredible. Okay, we are going to end it off with another comedic video, and this is going to be the last one of the stream here. It's from our friends at Love Don't Judge. We're going to end off with a little bit of comedy, man. It's a short video, 8 minutes, and then I'm out of here for the weekend. I got to work on some additional vlogs for the main travel channel today, and yeah, you guys are going to hopefully this will give us a good laugh before we end the stream today. So let's go ahead and watch, and guys, subscribe to Love Don't Judge, and let's see why they married twice for a green card, but this one's real. Let's take a look at it, man.
When we met, I was 56 years old and she was just 18.
My husband.
Bro, what?
I was 56 years old and she was just 18.
My husband is 38 years older than me. Yeah, I actually lied about my age.
I felt, is this someone I'm going to be able to trust?
Let's call this what it is, legalized sick mind. People judge us because they assume that I'm with Gary because of his money.
We did not marry for a green card. I've already done that twice before.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Leah.
How are you?
Actually, I could look at you and think that you're a father and daughter.
It's actually lunchtime, so I'm gonna prepare our lunch.
What are you making today?
I'm gonna make some vegetable soup.
We've been together now for almost 6 years.
6 years? Let's go.
Stay-at-home mom, also doing YouTube.
I'm not retired yet. I'm still working.
Yeah, we want to show people that it's possible for an older man in young Filipino could actually fall in love.
When we first met, I was just a young 56-year-old, and you were an old.
Yeah, I was 18 when I met Gary, but yeah, I did lie about my age.
We met using a dating app. She actually reached out to me first.
I sent you the wink first. I had a chaperone with me in the first meeting we have, and I was scared. That was my reaction because I never dated a foreigner and very shy also, and he was so big. Like, I am 4'11", I think, and you're
6'3".
I bring chaperone with me because my mom was concerned. I was happy that you respect that, so that was a good sign. I was physically attracted to you, even now.
I was attracted to your innocence. You hadn't been corrupted by the city, you hadn't been with other foreigners. I could just see in you this was the kind of person I was looking for, because I wanted a traditional type Philippine woman that I could really have a real loving relationship with. I didn't know you were 18 at the time.
Yeah, I actually lied about my age. 18, yeah. But that's legal in the Philippines, so guys, don't worry. We have a healthy lifestyle living in the Philippines. So I like growing vegetables in our backyard. I like to feed my husband healthy because, you know what?
You want me to live longer?
Yes, I was gonna say that. I said, oh, if I tell him that I am 18, I think there's no way he would consider meeting me.
I didn't care whether they were 21, 41.
She's
I was
pretty,
actually
though.
a little disappointed that she had lied to me. I felt, is this someone I'm going to be able to trust? But I'd already gotten some feelings for her and got to know her a little bit, and so I was willing to forgive her for that. After living in Asia for 12 years, friends that I knew, they all had young girlfriends. So I kind of got used to dating people much younger than me.
People assume that I'm with him because of his money. And
When we met, I was actually literally broke, literally going through a bankruptcy.
Honey, lunch is ready. Let's dig in.
Reading hateful comments is always
Hey,
fun.
man, let's just seeing this. Oh. Hey, this is a W relationship.
Fun, isn't it?
Grandpa. Am I young enough to be a granddaughter? That's
Yeah, actually, technically.
really.
But you look more like my daughter, not granddaughter.
I think that's a bit too much
Yeah,
to say. Actually, I am younger than your son, so that's
You
right.
are. You're, what's it, 6 years younger than my son.
Yeah. Let's call this what it is, legalized. Wow, she was 18. All these foreigners have a sick mind.
Now, why would they say he has a sick mind? I mean, look at you. You're an adult.
Yeah, I can make my own
You don't
decision.
look like a child.
The lady just want money and babies, and she will be gone once she get what she want.
Gary is a.
We
No.
get that a lot.
a lot of judgments.
Oh,
I'm a gold digger.
Got it.
I'm desperate to get out the poverty.
Some of the people that judged our relationship at the beginning are now
Damn.
seeking a relationship like what we have, because they see from our channel, they see the beauty we have in our relationship and the love that we have. Because, you know, we live in the Philippines, and it's not unusual to see a man of my age with a girl of your age.
Yep.
People don't understand the cultural differences. They've got the Western mindset. At first, I would get angry.
She's more bothered. Me, I have a thick skin.
The fact is, we get way more complimentary things said than we do negative.
Yeah, we're happy.
We did not marry for a green card. I've already done that twice before. I've been married 3 times. My first marriage, I'm not proud of it, but I did meet someone and saw an opportunity to get a green card and residency in America. And then my second marriage, I was actually in the Philippines, and I was having a difficult time, not making any money, and I was concerned I wouldn't be able to stay in Asia anymore. So the girl I was with, she also had a dream of going to America. So it seemed like, well, this is a win-win. So 2 times I have got married with the intent of doing it for a green card. And I'm not proud of this. I'm actually, I'm very ashamed actually, but I like to think I've changed a lot. And of course now my 3rd marriage, and this one is real. It was purely out of love. So I've always been someone that liked to work out, especially now I have a young wife and kids. I think I owe it to them to stay in healthy shape and hopefully live many years.
Nice. Stay in the gym, guys.
My friend Andrew's coming later. Andrew is a pastor. I don't think he understood that we had a real relationship at first.
It's a nice house, too.
Brother, how you doing?
Good.
He's very honest, man. He'll say whatever we really feel about our relationship. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Leia.
How are you?
Great, great. Oh,
Thanks for coming.
actually, I could look at you and think that you're a father and daughter.
Those think granddaughter.
Daughter-in-law.
I thought.
But, you know, I think God created people, and there have always been age gap relationships, even in the Bible. The issue that I had was people who come over and get married to people without falling in love or without having any similarities. And I would just ask anyone to show me where in the Bible it says that there's something wrong with people who have a gap of 50 years. There's nothing.
38.
38.
Close enough.
But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that biblically.
We don't ever think about it. I never, we're just a couple.
The reward that you have now, you have a beautiful family, 2 beautiful kids.
We're blessed.
We have
Blessed.
peace in our marriage.
Amen.
Oh, they for real got 2 kids. Holy.
Gary is the one for me. There's so many things I like about him, and he's very mature. You know, being a leader in our household, how you deal when it comes to the kids. There's so many things I love about you.
She makes me feel young, and just a joyful personality, and she's intelligent. Oh, and a great cook. People love to make judgments when they don't know you, but they just have assumptions all the time. And the world is a big place, and there's different cultures that have different kind of ways.
Yo, that was, I think that one was better than the first one that we saw at the beginning of the stream. But hey, if it's real and they're in love, man, and I'm happy for them. Let's see. Had to get the full context of the video. Okay. Say what are you kidding me? What a huge, that is a big, huge age gap as well. But it happens more often than people like to believe, man. A lot of people do have big age gaps when it comes to dating. And it's typically like the guy is older and the woman is younger. It's rarer to see it reverse, like we saw in the first video where the guy was younger than the woman. Typically, that one has a lower likelihood of working out long term, while this one here, when the guy is older and the woman is younger, that has a higher probability of working out long term, and they already have 2 kids together and have been together for 6 years. So that is proof in it already. But that is it, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream. If this is your first time here tuning in, either live or for the replay, make sure you're subscribed to Jay Reacts and you go to Tripping with Jay as well if you guys love travel vlogs and information about how to travel on the cheap. And that's it, guys. I really do appreciate you tuning into the live. Have a great rest of your week.